have one that's sold separately. It's like the super, super hot one. And then they make barbecue sauce too. So real life. Get off your phone.
Okay. We're not. We went schwapping yesterday.
Nobody's here. We can't talk about it yet.
The replay crew will watch it and say, "Oh, they went to a Schwab."
Watch the Schwab. We didn't stream there though because it was kind of. I don't want to say it was chaotic there.
It was very noisy, and the internet at the time, or depending on where you were in the building, didn't work that great.
I only said we didn't stream because there wasn't really a lot of time.
It wasn't the last hour, and if you stream the last hour, you'd be like, "What? Nobody's there."
Yeah.
But it was cranking all morning. It was definitely a good Schwab.
Yep. But it's hard to compare because the first Killifish swap was that was our first swap.
That's funny.
It was our first swap, and obviously we didn't have pre-orders or anything for the swap. The first Killifish one, and I can't remember what we made there. I think it was in the 500s there, but that is just in-person sales. That's not. We didn't do pre-orders at the time, which I don't really know why. Well, that was our first one, so I get that. But that was our best one. So, well, it was our best one. And that's because we've been doing just all in-person orders. Or in-person sales. And then our second swap was the Reptile Expo. And that one was sort of a bust because we didn't have reptiles. We just had some foods for them, but we mainly just brought fish.
But we bought reptiles.
Yep. And then our third one was the other Killifish one. And that one was in like the 300 area. Yet again, that's all in-person sales. If we looked at like the in-person sales for this one, probably in the $200 or $300 range. So still, that's the usual.
Probably paid $4 or something.
I think I added it up though.
If you added up what you sold with the pre-orders, some of those people would have bought from you at your table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So your versus what you made, your in-person sales would have been higher, but not still as good. Silver Creek Aquatics.
Well, a lot of those things I wasn't gonna bring regularly. I wasn't.
Right.
Some of the things that were pre-ordered, like I have the stack of pre-orders right here.
Paul McCarthy.
And I probably wouldn't have brought. I wasn't bringing some of these things.
Right. That's what I mean. You wouldn't have made as much, but you would have made more than what you added up.
Yeah.
Because people would have bought some of the stuff that you did bring. Right.
Jeff Kane, Silver Creek, welcome. Paul McCarthy, welcome.
No.
But yeah, so now I have a pound of black worms and an axolotl from the swamp. And some charcoal and pipettes. But that's the only things we brought home. That's because there were a couple people who were getting out of the hobby there. And so they were selling things. I don't know what happened to the whole door prize thing. I posted on Facebook they were doing. They were like every hour they were gonna give away something. But that didn't happen. And he even posted what some of the prizes were.
Probably forgot.
Probably. But
some goopies.
Yeah, and some guppies.
Got some goopies.
But I got those for Chris.
Yeah.
The only reason I got them, so.
Was that the big bag of them?
Yeah.
That wasn't from that guy, right? The guy that was walking around?
Yes, I was.
Oh. I thought there was someone else who was supposed to have a bunch of them that they were.
No, that was the dude.
Guppies at a Schwab. Stephen P.
Stephen P. Welcome.
Yeah, this dude came in with a cooler bag and had guppies and
plants.
Yeah, plants and stuff, and he was just looking to walk around and make deals and trade with people, and
that's the way to go to a swap.
And he did. He made a couple deals. He trimmed up his plants, and basically that's what he brought. And he got rid of a lot of stuff, and he got some different stuff.
Yeah. Stephen P. I might have just said hello to you. I don't remember though.
Hello. Again.
So when we walked into this venue place for the swap, I didn't have high hopes for the turnout. It was a little scary in a little scary area.
A little sketchy.
We had quite the mix of towns we went through. We went to Krispy Kreme, Honeydew Donuts, and we pulled up.
I don't recommend them.
And it said, the open sign wasn't on, but apparently they were just doing drive-through. There was only one lady working there, and she had just got there too. But we go through the drive-through and get some donuts, and they're supposed to be Boston cream, and usually they have frosting on them, but they're in these parchment paper pouches, and all the frosting was just off of them, and they didn't taste bad. They just didn't taste amazing. Is that all we got?
Can you see if Jenna was Pokemon? She's hidden from the channel.
How do I check that? Do I go in my settings or something?
Fish family. Hello. Yeah, she's hidden from the whole thing.
Let me see if I can go on my phone and check it. I don't know where it would be though.
Yeah, it was a little sketchy. So setup started at 8 o'clock. We got there at 9. The swap started at 10. And we YouTube studio settings community.
YouTube studio.
So we walk in at 9. Nobody there. There's 3 guys. 2 of them are moving tables, round banquet tables.
10-foot table.
And this was in the back of a restaurant. Big, huge room.
Oh, I can only have one tab on my thing, I guess.
He said he's not sure you can check on your phone.
Darn, I can't check on my computer right now, I don't think. Let me see. I don't want to X out the thing. Go on the computer.
Okie dokie. So we go in. These guys are setting up tables in the back of a restaurant. It looks like they're setting up for a banquet. So we're like, not really sure. So we go to the other door and we walk in. Well, that's the restaurant. And it leads to this banquet room. So there was a guy standing there and I started talking to him and he's like, I go, is this where the fish swap is? He's like, yep. I go, all right. But not another vendor in sight. Just these.
Everybody came when we got there, too.
Just these guys setting up tables, and I'm like,
We got there, and then everybody got there and had their stuff.
Okay. But a couple minutes later, we brought a couple things and set it up, and by that time,
everybody, almost everybody showed up.
It's like they all showed up at once.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, this is better.
It was a little scary. Didn't know anybody there, which obviously
Mhm.
I wasn't expecting to know a lot of people, but like when you go to the killifish swap, you know, like what's his name, Mike Lucas, who runs the thing, and then Brenda's always there, so is Keith, and Chris was there.
Yeah, we never met this dude before. Didn't know who
We've
he
never
was.
met any of them, but I was happy because Keith didn't end up going, but Alex decided to go like last minute.
You were happy Keith didn't go?
No,
That's the way it sounded.
so Keith didn't go, but I'm happy that Alex stepped up and he decided to go, because otherwise, well, I forgot that Chris's Fishes was gone, but I don't really know him either, so. But Alex is like somebody you could just talk to. Chris's Fishes is. He's
Oh,
pretty cool though.
he liked to talk. He was.
I know,
pretty
but
cool.
I don't. Well, my point is like Keith, we always talk to him. Alex, we always talk to him. So. But Chris's Fishes and Alex were the only people we knew there. All the other people never even knew him. Never met him. And all their profiles are like their dogs and their fish and stuff, so I had no idea. The dude who walked around with the plants and stuff, I knew what he was going to look like because that's what his profile is his face. Everybody else, it's their dog.
Hello, Betty. Later, Betty.
Hello, Patty. We had, well, I don't know if I count this one, but
We
we
needed to defuse a bomb with that thing. Took that long to log in. It was 30 seconds. We were dead.
Yeah, we are. But if you want to count in, so there's two people that messaged me after the swap since we gave them our business cards and also our Facebook page.
Type and talk, Pat.
Our business card. It's loading. It's loading. I'm sorry. It's loading. I don't know what you want. Like. So, there's one after swap sale, so I guess I could count that into the total profits, because the dude got, my email is not on the business card though, so I don't know how he got my email. Oh. Actually, I don't know. I was gonna think that he got the care guides and my emails on all the care guides, but like, he said YouTube Studio settings. Here we go. And customization. All right.
It said community.
Community. Yes, there's no customization, so it makes sense. Those are my monitors. Oh my goodness, I have a lot of monitors. I don't even know who that is. Take that off my monitor list. I don't even know them. Anyways. Hidden users. Jenna P. Oh, there she is. I'll take her off. There you go, Jenna. I'm sorry. There's this. Oh my goodness. How many accounts did this dude have? Oh my goodness. There's some dude named Alex, and then his last name starts with an M. And he's got like 5 accounts, maybe more, maybe 6 or so, that I've hidden on here. And then there's this other dude who's got this man as his profile, and that is like the whole hidden users list.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Someone was talking about in the other stream the other day. About putting out subscribers only. It keeps away the trolls and stuff, but
no trolls come anymore, so we're good.
Yeah, like there hasn't been.
These are
for the ones that don't put it on. There hasn't really been any trolls. I haven't seen any. Jenna will behave from now on.
I don't know how that's so weird. And she was like in the middle of the hidden users list too, but they're probably just random. Anyways, that's cool. I didn't know I had that many moderators. Olivia's got 2 accounts on there, moderators. Okay, Jenna. I apologize.
Sorry, Jenna. And hello.
It's probably my father too.
Could have been. But usually I don't touch this thing.
Yeah, he just sits there with his phone out. So.
But then I get mad when when someone's thing doesn't show. So I
But
press
it's
the button
so weird.
times.
So every time you click it, it says another admin already got it. But if you don't click it, then it doesn't show.
Right.
So I bought probably in here. So I got the PayPal Zettel. I ordered it.
Sunday evening,
No, it wasn't Sunday because I said I had to get one.
Monday night.
I think it was Monday night. And the payment didn't go through till Wednesday, I think. And then they shipped it Wednesday. I didn't click save. Oh my goodness.
Well, in about a week, Jenna. Takes out off.
No,
God,
no,
it's still
no. I opened it right up to it too. Alright, I click save. There we go. Sorry.
Is Jenna allowed to talk now?
Maybe I should hide you from the channel.
Go ahead.
So I bought the PayPal Zettel. This is it. They have like so the first hi Jenna. So the first card reader you buy, it's $29 instead of $79. And then they have docks that go with it. So basically, I think the dock gives it extra charge too, because you have to charge it, and then it's Bluetooth. So like I could just load it up right now and I could take a payment. But they do have docks for it. I think they're $49, and you just put it in the dock, and it's like a stand. It's like it elevates it quite a bit, and also I think it gives it a few hours extra charge. Whatever. But I had one sale this weekend through the card, one through PayPal itself, and then 2 through Venmo. And according to online, the money automatically transfers within 1 to 2 days of the transaction. So I was like looking all over the app. I was trying to figure out how I transfer the $10 to like PayPal or the bank account, and apparently it automatically does it. Because we weren't seeing it, and I guess like it doesn't say that it's in progress of sending or whatever. So
Right. But you get as soon as someone buys something, you get a notification on your phone.
because I have to load it up on my phone anyways. But it's pretty cool. So all I have to do is go to the Zettel app and then put in the amount, and the amount will come up here, and then it asks if you want to add a tip. Because I turned on the tips in the PayPal settings, so people could add a tip up to the amount that the order was, if they wanted to. And then it's pretty quick too. Like I think it said like up to 10 seconds for card transactions, or maybe that was Square, I don't know.
No, I thought that was 10 seconds for tap to pay.
We deposit your money within 2 to 3 days. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. But on this side right here, that's what the card reader and the dock look like. And if you can enter your products on there too. So you could do it from your phone. But if you have like a tablet or something, then it's easier to see all the products on it. But it said like couple seconds for
I think it's
it was 10 seconds.
I think it was 2.5 if you put the card in. It was like 5 seconds if you Yeah, I forget what it was. I'll read it.
I doubt it says it on there. How long does PayPal's that little card reader take?
I can't read it. But yeah, so that came. That was pretty good. That was pretty handy. Jimmy P.
Oh man.
Yeah, one more thing to have. And the cool part is, I have all these, which, since I was looking for this, for the swap, look what I found. So I got all these battery banks. I charged them all up, put them in a nice little case, took them to the swap, and we used that case to hold up the projector, so it worked right.
For my talk.
And we packed up all the stuff and we left. And
So now we have to get these chargers shipped to us.
the case is sitting on under the projector still, and we're 45 minutes away. So
He's going to ship it out this week. He's going to swing by the post office and let us know how much, and we can just Venmo him.
Okay.
How many seconds does it take for PayPal Zettel Reader?
Fish family. I don't know if it's said that before.
Fish Family, Jimmy P, welcome.
Yeah, so that sucked. But there's only 3 in there. But they're nice to have for the show. If we do that, if the battery die on that or your phone, or like Sandy's phone ran GPS the whole way. So we could have used them because her battery was low. So it would have been good to have it.
At the swamp?
But luckily we had an outlet there.
Yeah.
So she just plugged it into the wall. But I got like 5 of them.
We have a lot, but a lot of them are gone right now.
Yeah. This one was gone. I just found it.
You sit here twice a week, so and you don't even say anything. You stare into space. So why didn't you find it?
I asked where they were. I don't know.
I didn't know what blue ones you're talking about. I haven't seen that one in a while.
You sleep here every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every night.
And whenever I see it, I just look at the fish tank. So every night I'm looking at the fish tank.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, the good news is we still have one here instead of in Massachusetts.
Yeah. I'm glad because you can contactless payments in 5 seconds, chip card payments in under 10 seconds.
Yeah. I knew it was one or the other.
So inserting the card would take under 10 seconds. Contactless payments like the tap is under 5 seconds. But, so, I don't know exactly how long it took. I handed the reader to the dude that wanted it. I was like, here you go. He put his card in, but he didn't tap yes or no for the tip. And so he was pressing yes, and it wasn't going through, so he pressed no, and it went through. And he didn't do anything. He just so as soon as he clicked no, he was just holding it there, and within felt like nothing, it was all done. So it's so super easy. It'd be nice for the swap. Maybe I'll get one of those docks for the Clash, so it's got extra charge. Because I think the battery life on this is 8 hours.
I got an extra battery pack.
And then the dock gives it more. But I think it would just make it bigger. So I get it.
You can leave it on the table.
Yeah, but look at that. It just looks tiny. So if I put a dock in, it'll be angled like this. People don't have to move it. They can put their card in. Instead of picking up a mini cell phone and putting it.
Some people might like that.
I don't care. It's not about what you like when it comes to paying with a card.
Well, what if you want to keep your privacy private?
No. Just put your hand up there like you would do it with any other thing.
I'm
But
sure,
I found this nice little bag it fits in.
I'm sure it slides out pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm sure. If people wanted, or you could just.
Pick up all.
So the dock, it's not like a solid dock. It's like the middle of it is hollowed out. So you could just put your hand in there and scoop it up. But it'd be better for displaying on the table because we had the bags and it's basically the size of this. I just put it away. But it could get like, if I wanted to leave it out, it might get like shadowed in with the bag. So if it's up, can't miss it.
I agree.
And then all I gotta do is tap the power button and load it up on my phone. But yeah, it was super nice actually. I had overnight shipping. It was only so shipping was free, but if you wanted overnight shipping, it was $10. So I was like, yeah. But your first reader is only $29 instead of $79. So that was perfect. As soon as I saw that, I bought it, paid for express shipping, and it was here on Thursday. Which was good because it was still in time for the swap. Which we were boxing everything up on Friday, and then we left Saturday at 4:30.
Yep. But it was a good one.
I was bagging for 10 hours on Friday. And then
Mardo.
I'm surprised I made it as long as I did yesterday because so I ended up going to bed at like I think 10. I came to my room and I couldn't fall asleep until like around 11. And we had to be up at 3:30, so that would have left me 4.5 hours of sleep, which usually I get like 6 to 8. So 4.5 was pushing it. But so I was like, I gotta go to sleep like now. And so that morning the cat, like one of the cats, I think it was Charlie, like made a bunch of noise in my room. It was just awful. Wakes me up at 2 a.m. And I was so like I was trying to go to sleep, but it wasn't working. So I pick up my phone and I see like somebody asked me if I was going to the swap today. I was like, yeah. What do you need? And they messaged me at like midnight. And this was 2 a.m. I was like, yeah, what do you need? And they asked for a couple things. So then I was like, if I can't go to sleep, I'll just go to the fish room. So then I went and I did another pre-order. 2 a.m.
Yeah, we got a bunch of those.
And just grabbed some. Dog! Stop!
What do you have? 6 totes? 6 big totes?
5.
5 totes.
5 totes, and then we had the cooler for food, and then also a bag, like this big bag for the lock box and whatever else we needed. So it felt like forever going there, but it was pretty, but like when we got there, it didn't feel like we've been we've been in the car for so long. I don't know. But on the way back, felt pretty quick because we went to the chicken place, and then we went to go meet this lady, and I think that's all we swapped.
Yeah, but we stopped.
Oh, we all stopped.
Twice, so
that broke up the trip.
But it did seem fast coming back. It was definitely slow going there, but not bad.
Also, I was like, the entire time on the car ride there, I was like kind of thinking about the swap or the talk, how I had only rehearsed it once the night before. And like once I get into the talk, like it's all the same. But getting into the talk is the worst part because like I don't know. just walk up there and be like, okay, we're going to talk about vinegar eels first. So I had to think of some opening that didn't sound awful.
So she went with hello. No.
Nope. But so I was like, I kind of just was like, there's nobody I know there. So it doesn't really matter how the talk goes because I don't know any of those people. Like, there's nothing to mess up when it comes to the information. But if I stutter or I mess up on something, then I can just go back and redo it. And the only people that I would care about, they're like, they would probably never let me live it down if I did something dumb, would be you guys. And then the only other people I knew were Alex and Chris's fishes, which they wouldn't care either. Alex was staying anyways just so he could have lunch.
Right, and Chris's fishes said you did a good job.
But
well, so did
so I
Alex.
kind of like got over the whole thing in my head. I was like, all right, whatever happens. And then we get there, and not only we didn't think the venue, a lot of people would show up there. There was for the area, I thought a lot of people showed up. But I look in and there's like this stage and everything, and I'm like, I cannot do this.
I thought he was like, you don't have to stand on the stage if you don't.
Yeah, he was like freaking out like on this projector thing. He kept moving it and whatever. He was like, yeah, you don't have to stand on the stage if you don't want to. I'm like, okay. So I ended up standing because they set up. It was a pretty big room too, and they didn't even fill it. But they had like an L shape where all the vendors were, and then they had a row of like tables that had chairs all around them. And that was right in front of the stage. So like there were 11 people.
They could have easily fit 30 vendor tables there. Well, if you had the straight tables, because they were using the banquet tables and they took up obviously a lot of space, but if you had straight rectangle tables,
you could fit a lot.
You could probably fit more. It was a big room.
It was a big room, but that's because they know the owners, so they were able to get like a good price to rent it out.
Right, it's a nice place. I guess the food was good. We didn't have any, but
it smelled great. We ended up, so we stopped on the way there at Honeydew Donuts, and then when we got there halfway through around noonish, we got McDonald's, and then on our way back we had chicken. But I was on 3 hours of sleep. I wasn't tired until, so after the talk, packed everything up, put it in the car. I get in the car, I was just so tired. Like I couldn't even like keep my eyes open. So then I look at the phone that my father's got. It's 40 minutes until this chicken place. So I was like, okay, 40 minutes of sleep. And we get to the chicken place, and I wake up right while we're in the parking lot. I'm like, what is going on? I didn't even realize I was asleep either. But my eyes are like half open. We walk into this place. It's awful. But I stayed awake the rest of the car, right? What was it? Another 3 hours?
2 hours, 45 minutes. Something like that.
Yeah, so about another 3 hours to go home, and we had to meet Bethy on the way. So I had to stay awake until at least we met this lady in Troy, because I had to text her how far we were out and stuff. But I stayed awake and got home, put everything away, got the mail. And as soon as I got in my bed, I was like asleep. It was nice.
That's about what it's been here, Jeff.
Eduardo, welcome.
70s or so, 50s at night. It's
Yeah,
actually been really nice.
it is nice. In Massachusetts, it said it was supposed to be 82. And it was pretty warm. So.
Well, I actually went out and did firewood before, and that wasn't too bad. And then when I came in the house, I was running up and down the stairs, moving stuff, so I had to rack some more, or bottle some wine.
Good for you.
So that got a little warm. But we're ready for the clash.
Yeah, now we're just preparing for the clash, getting fish bags and gathering up the bottles. So you can't see that. Well, you can if you knew what it was, but on my nightstand and on my bed, I got cases of Pure Leaf. Drinking up tea against my doctor's recommendations. That one's empty. I took the rest of the bottles for Massachusetts yesterday, so I'd stay awake.
We have the raspberry ones. I like the raspberry. I'll help you drink it. Save your doctor from yelling at you.
Yeah, she's like, do you drink tea? I'm like, I drink Pure Leaf. She's like, oh no, if you want to drink that, you gotta drink the unsweetened one. But yeah, our Dollar General near us sells 6 packs of Pure Leaf, so I'm saving up the bottles for the clash so I can make a bunch of vinegar ales. I should get a count on how many we have, so then I know roughly how many more we need, but I guess it doesn't matter because I'll use those bottles for orders within now in the clash. So I'll need, I don't know how many I'm bringing, but say I was going to bring 50, so I needed 50 bottles for the clash and then probably plus another 20 for orders within now in the clash. So whatever I get for Pure Leaf, it's not like I'm not going to use them. And I think whatever we have left over from the clash, we can put a bunch of it in the auction too.
Yep.
The live food cultures, obviously, I can bring home and put in orders, but I mean, they're going to sell it at the auction, so.
If you have too much.
If I have like a lot of one of the cultures left over, I'll put some in the auction and bring it home and then do a sale on it or something. I don't know. But definitely, I think it depends on what my orders are for that week, but I think definitely the starter cultures will go in the auction. Whether they're donated to the club or whatever. Because, like, I have starter cultures left over from the swap yesterday that if they don't go out this week, then I'll have to dump them back into the container and waste the bags and whatever. So if anybody wants some starter cultures of Micro Walter or banana worms, let me know. I think I have 3 of each left. I didn't sell any of those.
Yeah, unfortunately, most people in here are melting.
Yeah, that's the issue. Can I have a bottle of Pure Leaf? I didn't want the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see the raspberry Pure Leaf.
Liquid Zoo.
Doesn't taste a lot. It doesn't taste like raspberry. It tastes like bunny pellets. This is how you rob a store. You just pull the Pure Leaf out the side and turn it back around. It doesn't work though, because all the stores that sell these cases of Pure Leaf, they also sell individual bottles, so they'll just scan it. But so I don't have another bottle for reference, but the ones in the cases are short, and then the ones you get individually, they're like quite a few inches taller. There's a difference.
Yep.
Because I have both. Like if I go to a store and I don't have a drink and I'm thirsty, depends on like what they have for drinks, but usually I'll get a Pure Leaf and they're like the tall ones. They're like this much bigger. But then I'll buy the cases regularly, so I have the bottles.
And these fit in the boxes.
Yes.
In the post office boxes. The other ones are a little too tall.
So I have to lay them down.
Could have used a few pounds.
You're pretty funny.
Yeah, Eduardo, the
Eduardo?
Yeah, that came out weird. we took the router from the basement and put it in the window for the rescue, so they have Wi-Fi out there in case something happens. So, internet downstairs sucks eggs. That's why we don't
Did
stream.
somebody say something about?
It said something about showing off tanks and stuff to get rid of.
Oh.
And I did see
The tanks
Stevens
downstairs?
about Sturbys and Jeff Kane. Steven said something about the Sturbys. He still wanted to get from us.
Oh.
And then Jeff said he'd like to get some cords. Somewhere. Right there.
Oh, yep. But I could bring some Sturbys to the Clash. I don't know if my mother's got any of her babies left. I don't think she does. She might have sold them all. But I actually have 11 breeder-sized Sturbys right now. None of them sold at the swap yesterday.
Did you read Jeff's thing? Down the bottom.
Oh, about the worm cultures?
Yep.
Yeah. We recently started doing Daphnia, Monia, and Scuds. And then also the black worms. Those are the only aquatic ones we have, though. Oh, and the Darrow worms. Their tank looks a little scary right now, though. I didn't know how much oatmeal they would eat, so I just put in a small handful. I didn't think I put in a lot, and now it's fuzzed over. But the Darrow worms are still eating it, so I don't know if I should take out the clump because it's fuzzed over. Not sure.
See what happens.
Yeah. And then I have to set up another tank for Daphnia because I need to ship out too many.
And people are looking for bigger cultures this weekend.
Yeah. But I need to bring bigger counts to the Clash anyways.
Right. That's what they were looking for this weekend.
I think I'll probably just do 500 counts for the weekend. Maybe I'll do breather bags. No, I won't do that. This swap I did jars, though. I did jars of the Daphnia because they kind of get stuck in the bags when you're pouring them out. So I did some jars.
What about the pure leaf bottles?
No.
Too small.
No, they're actually pretty good sized. And they have a big enough cap where I can just take the net and pour them in. Or I can section them out into a cup and then dump them in. So these would work great.
Planaria took up
I don't want
platforms.
What if people think that these are Vinegarios, but they're Daphnia?
They're not even the same color. And somebody spent a lot of time and money making labels.
No, I don't. I got those labels free.
At some point, you'll have to replace them.
Then I won't. I'll just write on the bottles like a cave person.
No, I like the stickers.
No, because writing on the bottles also takes money. Matt misses you when he doesn't see it. The stream.
Planaria. That was the one that took out my freaking shrimp. Wasn't it?
Watch the language.
I said friggin'. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Read Matt's comment. He doesn't know anything though.
It does happen. a lot.
That's because my father never knows what I'm talking about because he doesn't understand.
Mostly when she goes into these weird rants.
I have to keep the stream going because all you want to talk about is I bottled some wine today and I sectioned it off for the Clash. It's the VIP bottles, not the regular stuff.
I mean, that did happen, and I didn't say anything like that, but seems like something I would say, but I didn't. But okay. Yep. There's a Clash section on my wine rack now.
And the wine rack has to come down.
No.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
you need to move out.
I just need to get a new building.
Well,
I can get Mother Lorraine.
Your worm room expansion can start with a worm room expansion and then just build a house onto it quickly.
Quickly.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would say.
And how you say it, too. That's how you say it.
It's VIP wine.
It's my VIP wine. I do impressions for you all the time. Whenever I think you would say something dumb in the situation, I tell the story after with your accent. Sometimes you're like a farmer that talks in this really heavy country accent. Sometimes you're just somebody who's half asleep. You never know.
Hey, sometimes you never know what I might say. It's getting Nona.
Are you getting wine wasted at the Clash?
Hell yeah.
What was that for?
So everyone that's drank this wine so far, we haven't even tried it all. But because it's all natural and there's no some fancy
There's
word
no preservatives.
that our neighbor uses,
You don't get a
you
hangover.
don't get a hangover. So there's that. I mean,
You should have seen. So my mother's friend and her, and there's this other lady too, went through 6 bottles of wine. And then also my father was sampling and some other dude was too. But you should have seen my mother's friend. Like, this wasn't even the end of the night. I think we went to the compound after, or maybe.
no.
Oh no, we were just.
I just stood up and said, "Yeah, I'm going to bed." You people
So
need to leave.
there was a bunch of people on our porch, and that's where we hung out that night. And we still went. It was like midnight when we left. Like, I went to the camper and they all moved down to the fire. But this lady was like, she was hilarious. But they left around like 9 or 10, I think. It wasn't even dark. It wasn't that dark. It was a little dark.
They didn't make it home. They had to stop because of her a couple of times. They got home, and she still got up and was at church 8 o'clock in the morning singing in the choir.
And she wasn't hungover.
And she was fine. She goes, "I feel great." That's because you slept, dummy. Passed out either way.
Yeah.
You got a real nice sleep. Yep. There's probably no nuts in it, so that's good. I mean, I don't know.
There's what?
I don't know if there's high fructose corn
There's
syrup
pine?
or
There's
MSG
pine?
or that's not what I said.
Then there's what?
I said there's definitely not any nuts in it, but MSG, high fructose corn syrup, that
Oh,
I
okay.
can't tell.
But yeah, we might do the Daphne in these bottles since I can just open it up and they can get new air. Or maybe I'll find a different, more expensive bottle we can use.
Sweet tea. It's pure leaf sweet tea.
Yes, I have to save the bottles for the clash, so I can make vinegary cultures. They'll be in different bottles too. But why not get two purposes out of one buy? I get a nice little drink, and somebody gets a vinegar ale.
Yeah.
You might actually get this actual bottle at the clash. Who knows? They'll get mixed in there. But it all gets washed and cleaned and everything. Obviously, I'm not just gonna leave my saliva on it.
But they fit in the UPS boxes.
Because these ones are shorter than the individual sold ones. So
you could stand them up and you don't have to lay them over, which always makes me wonder if they made it there. But they have so far.
Except for one. 2 weeks ago. All I was shipping was one bottle. And it was laid down on an angle in the box. And they got it and it was like the box was mutilated.
Well, that's not the
bottle. But the bottle was dry. The bottle was dry.
Right.
But
they take their package, use it as a football.
But that was the only one that I spilled, and then I reshipped 2 cultures out to them to make up for it. They just covered shipping, and I sent 2 for them, and they made it fine. Which usually I put them in a bag anyways, like in a fish bag. Close it up. I have to get new fish bags too, so if anybody here has a good suggestion on where to get fish bags, I need something like super nice and clear for display purposes. And I got some new rubber bands as well because our rubber bands were like trash for this shelf. And then the bags, usually we double bag them, but then you can't see anything in the bag. So, come here. So then we single bag them. And you could see them, but it wasn't great because they're not clear bags, they're like translucent. So, that was that. Hi, Fluffy.
Never seen sweet tea in restaurants. Yeah, there's.
We have sweet tea in our restaurants.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of them that we go to have them.
Yeah, because we go to Texas Roadhouse and they have them, and then also Hadley General does. And
Texas Roadhouse gives you a couple options.
You can get sweet tea, unsweetened tea. You can get.
She's like, don't drink that, pet me.
Aww.
Okay, now can I drink it?
I think you might be safe.
Like real New York or down in the city?
But we have sweet tea in our restaurants up here. We've been to a good amount. And we went to, what was it? Not Outback.
99.
No. 99 had it too. My mother always gets sweet tea when we go to restaurants.
Yeah.
We went to, starts with an R. The Sport Grill.
Oh, yeah, that food sucked.
Food was amazing.
My food sucked.
The food was great.
Actually,
my entire family
dry.
Didn't like any of it. I thought those mozzarella sticks were amazing. The onion rings were spectacular.
Onion rings were good.
What else did I get? I think I got steak. Steak was great.
The burger was just dry for me. It was good.
Well, my mother didn't like the stuff either. Well, she had mashed potatoes and She said that they might have been like instant mashed potatoes or something. I don't know. But I do know that that place was great, so. Why did we go there?
Where?
To the, what is it called?
Because the Texas Roadhouse, I think, was like an hour and a half wait or something if you looked online.
Yeah, but what were we going there for? Someone's birthday or something?
I don't know.
We usually go to Texas Roadhouse for birthdays or Father's Day or something.
We're starting to beat up the New England states.
We've been to Vermont. This weekend we went to Rhode Island and Massachusetts all in one. We cut through like the middle of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
We've been to New York a couple times.
Pennsylvania.
We haven't been to the city. We went to Jersey, and I think we went through Jersey to get to Pennsylvania, but we've also been to Jersey.
Yeah.
So Jersey, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Mass, New York, obviously, and then Vermont. And then when we go to
next spring, when
we go to Maine, we'll be cutting through Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. So we'll have.
So there was 4 states.
New York.
Oh my God, that's weird. Yeah.
So we'll hit New Hampshire and Maine. And what else do we need?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Maryland.
We'll cruise around. Yeah, we're going to go up to, I don't know. I think we should go in the spring. Put a little money through the winter time, and we can go up there.
Oh, we've been to Connecticut too. Don't forget about that. The only reason we went to Connecticut was to go to Texas Roadhouse.
Yep.
I went to go do my talk in Carmel, and it was like 18 minutes to Connecticut, so we went there just for Texas Roadhouse and then came back. Only reason we went to Rhode Island was for donuts and came back. We almost didn't have donuts. But, yeah. So then we'll have the states up here. But I'd like to go to the NEC that's in Connecticut. But I guess it depends on how well we do at the Clash. And then...
Well, I think you got to stay.
It was... Oh, what?
I don't know. They do their thing. I don't want to say nothing, but...
Just say.
So the NEC, you can go on there and see the rates for each thing.
For the room.
Everything is broken down very neatly for pay this much money, this is what you get. Pay this much money, this is what you get. If you're under 16, this is what you get if you have an adult, blah, blah, blah. But, like, to find out the tables, like, that's not on there if you want to vend. And then there's no spot for, like, packages. So, if you're a vendor and you're staying at the hotel and you want a weekend ticket, it's X amount of dollars. Like, I just like things cut and dry.
But they do have a nice setup.
So if you were going to the show or you live by there, you know exactly what you're paying for and exactly how much it is. It's all on their site. But to get a table, there's no there was nothing on the site that told you how much the tables were. And I didn't see it. You ended up finding it.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it like on the homepage.
Yeah.
When it broke down.
It's
everything.
$500 for a 10 by 10 space, like we have at the Clash. And then it's $100 for a 6-foot table and then $150 for an 8-foot table. Yes, we are entering fish into the fish show for the Clash.
Or get on it. And you can give a thank you kid. We talked to a bunch of people this weekend about the Clash. That was Schwab.
Yep.
A couple of them said they were going to try to make it.
It's $1,500 to go to this NEC thing.
A bunch of them said they would.
For all 4 of us. And that includes, like, the price for food.
Is that what I said?
Yes. You said about $250 for food, which is probably about... As long as we're not going to a fancy restaurant, then that'll be fine. So it's we said 500 because the hotel, we didn't know if we would need Friday, Saturday, Sunday to Monday. So that would be 3 nights, or if we just needed Friday, Saturday night, and the Sunday. But so it'd be about 1,500 to go to the NEC, and
Ballparking.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty close.
so I guess I'll have to see how well we do at the Clash, and then maybe we can go. But for this swap that we went to, if I include the order that was after the swap, because the dude got my email, it would have been $1,075 we made off the swap. And I think 700 to 800 of that was pre-orders. Yeah, probably about 800 of that was pre-orders and after swap orders and pickup orders because of the swap and whatever. So we did pretty good. I spent $100 and then some on some smaller things. So probably about $150. Which the only reason I spent a lot of that was because I got a pound of black worms. So yeah.
Yep.
So really I would have spent only like $40 or $50. But I spent $100 on them. Because they're like nice black worms too. They're not disgusting like when they come from Eastern Aquatics. Well, Eastern Aquatics, a lot of people have been complaining about because they all arrive like mostly dead. And Crystal, the lady who got me the black worms from a supplier in New Jersey, she ordered a pound or so from Eastern, and she got them from the UPS dude. Like when he pulled into the driveway, she went and got them from him. And within like a couple of minutes, she sent him pictures of all the dead worms, and he blamed it on her and said it was her fault because she let him sit out in the sun too long.
Sometimes
So.
3 minutes is a long time. Hello, Sean. What's going on?
Okay, well, if you're one of those.
I'm not saying that.
But Alex also got some. Your phone died. It's dead. But Alex also got some, and so did I, and a couple other people. But there's this supplier in New Jersey, which is so Crystal, a lady at this swap, she got them. A store in Massachusetts could order them from the New Jersey supplier. So she's gonna try and find the name of the New Jersey supplier and then let me know. So then he could either ship some directly to me, or when we're going to the Clash, we could maybe swing by him if he's close to the route.
In Jersey?
Yeah. Do we go through Jersey?
Yeah, but we only go through like a corner of it.
Oh.
Depends on where it is.
Yeah, I don't know where it is, but these worms are actually nice. They're like super clean too. So I have 2 totes of them in the fridge right now, and I cleaned them this morning, and they were like super nice too.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out up there. But like I said, this is their 45th annual swap, so that ought to be. I'm sure that'll be pretty big. They'll have lots of things going on for that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they have like packages. Probably not. I'm assuming they're big enough. They probably just don't. But you can see if they got like packages if you vend there and if you get a room there.
And then you want a weekend pass.
Or at least vend there and get the weekend pass or whatever.
But yeah, so pretty much the cost is around $1,500. We could probably look into it in specifics and see exactly what it would cost, but $1,500, probably a little more, is what it would be.
Freaky fish lady.
So yeah, hopefully we should definitely make that at the Clash because that's about what it costs to go to the Clash too. But I'll have to see. Hopefully we do good. We do good enough to where I have enough money to set aside for the Clash and then also get things that I need. So, and Worm Room expansions. Freaky Fish Lady, Alishon, welcome. It's gonna happen.
Get a worm shed.
I'll have to get, what's her name? Mother Lorraine's house down there?
Now you're gonna buy a whole house for freaking worms. I mean, it would just cost you an electric bill and
Property.
property tax and a mortgage.
Wouldn't cost me a lot of electricity though, because it's just gonna be a bunch of worms.
Gotta heat it in the winter time.
Like
You're gonna
nothing. I'll just stay in there and then it'll warm up.
have the bus drop you off there. Then you can throw wood in the wood stove and just go back and forth. every
Take a
once in while.
scooter up to the house.
Yeah.
Or that nice cabin down the road.
It's a nice cabin.
That farmhouse would have been nice, huh?
It's got 2-car garage. The cabin.
Oh, so why isn't Pharaoh's fishing more and buy the cabin? Then all the worms will just go in the 2-car garage.
No. It's a garage for cars. Putting
No.
fish or worms in there is not a great idea.
Probably not, because it wouldn't
Nathan.
stay as warm or whatever.
No, but it's perfect for cars.
No!
And a workshop.
That's a bigger no. Especially if Pharaoh's fishing more by then.
Pull a loft up there. I'll just stay in there. You can have
Good, I'll take your bedroom.
take my bedroom myself.
I want to see what they're asking for. I took a picture of the sign, so I'll look that up. But we should probably end the stream soon. I have some orders to go out.
You do have some.
But I don't need help with them this week, I don't think. Because it's not a lot. Most of it's made up already, so.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, if
So
you end up needing help,
I'll yell through the vents.
Yeah.
That's how we communicate. If he's upstairs on his couch or if you were going to the dump the other day and all he had to do was there's this little cold air return right beside the couch, and all he has to do is talk and I can hear him. It's a little muffled sometimes, but
well, I just yelled down to you because I was going.
that's how we communicate.
Freeze dried black worms. From Super Cyclists.
But yeah, thank you all for coming, and we'll see you all on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Later all. Have a great week. Oh, vibes.
Vibes, welcome. And so long.
Yep. We'll catch us all later. See you through the week. See you in the other streams. When I charge my phone. That's toast.
So yeah, thank you, and have a great week. Bye, everyone.
Later.